It's Week 11 of the National Football League. And we'll see Keon Coleman. He comes in fourth in the NFL in receiving yards.
Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go in Week 11. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
Hey, Kate, you don't have to look beyond his performance last week as really a root cause of their loss. I'm not saying the only cause. Others certainly had a hand in it too. But you aren't winning a lot of games in this league or any league if you turn it over 3 times without a touchdown to counteract them. A lot of room for him to improve this week.
Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10. Here's Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Finds him on the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Here's first and 10 from the 34. First tone of the game for James Cook. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding, offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing third and long. To throw again, it's Allen. Throwing the out route complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with first and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. To the air again, Allen. The screen pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding, offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They kick the running back in motion. Here we go, second and very long. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked up, Cam Hart.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away, That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Other offense as the Chargers take the field. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly. The way that rocket arm could throw the ball all over the field. And hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 34-yard line.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's tackled for a short gain. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Herbert from the gun. Flushed out of the... Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. First down throw for Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 2nd and 3 now. From the 37. That's low and bounces short of his man.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Allen on 3rd and short. Into traffic, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He's got Khalil Shakir. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. On first down, Allen. Complete to Coleman. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts. But throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. They've got first down from the 31. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good for a gain of 5. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to it. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Play action now, Allen. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half. You just kind of wait. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that can go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Bertolet able to knock it through. And they're on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Darius Davis to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackle made by Cole Bishop. Second down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Completed to Davis. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Going for the first with Dobbins. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And he's getting the call for the second time this game. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Bills ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Encroachment, defense.
So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. The penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Allen now on first down. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. You evade them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Working from the gun, it's Allen. He finds Kincaid. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, with some of these tight ends today, you could put 2 guys, heck, put 3 guys on them, and they still find a way to make those catches. With how they move at their size, they really are the ultimate matchup advantage.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Cam Hart's up for the tackle that time. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Cook trying this one up the gut. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Allen looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
You know what they say about assuming? Well, it's the same way on a football field. You can never assume. If you stop assuming that first sacker is going to get to the quarterback, well, you could run yourself right into trouble. This defense didn't. They didn't take a break. And they finally get him to the ground.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
His return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's in the 25 after the return. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at 2nd in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. Now we're on the counter. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Even on the outer edges of this field, Kate, a cornerback making a stop behind the line, it's impressive. But in the middle third, that takes a special and fearless type of cornerback.
Here's a give up the middle. And he at least gets him some positive yardage, but just a small gain to the 24. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Herbert gets it to him on the screen. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Bills will take over possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen on the play action. Finds a man. Oh, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Chargers. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Left side into the hands of Shakir. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
1st down, ball at the 36. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He completes it in traffic. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Allen gonna throw again. He's on the move. He's running with it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. And he drives this forward to the 6. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Now it's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Again, it's Cook. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on the 3rd and 1 run.
For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that will add to their score.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
On the return, here comes Davis. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Gets it running the sweep. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Christian Benford up to make that stop. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. Tight end in motion left. Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They gain 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. On the play fake, it's Herbert. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's going to be touchdown, Brock. Looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. It's the Chargers. With it, 3rd and 2. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. This ball's cut by Palmer. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Completes this one to Rice. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. It's Herbert once more. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. From 37 yards in the right hash. Brown's kick is up and good. And it's back to a one-score game now. The deficit is 6.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Return coming from the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Bills and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And they'll have enough time to try to get into field goal range, just a shade over 40 seconds remaining in the half. First and 10, here's Allen. Short pass brought in. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Cam Hard's up for the tackle that time. So Buffalo's going to call it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 38. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Allen setting up to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. All right, set now, 1st and 10. To the air again, Allen. That won't be caught out.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
He's got a man left. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. One final shot before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jaden Daniels, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at U.S. Bank Stadium. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Bryce Young, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Brock Purdy, strong in the win, as his guys run their record to 8-2 with the W. These 2 teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the second half. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack. Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Throw is caught by the back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. Allen now on 1st down. Shakir with the grab. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Connection made to Shakir. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
It's Allen out of the pistol. He finds Kincaid. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. This is Cook on the handoff. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you've got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, He's going to make you pay.
Running back sent in motion. On first down, Allen connects with Cook. And he gets him around 6 there. Cam Hart's up for the tackle that time. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Slot man motioned over. From the 30 on 2nd down. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Again, Allen to the air. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. Another one for Cook. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Shakes himself free. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. They pitch it out to him here. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across. But there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll find a little room to get this up to the 10. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Christian Benford up to make that stop. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That throw finds Johnston. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Herbert back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Hauled in by Rice. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
at the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this third quarter. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Chargers have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. To the air this time. Herbert fits it through the middle. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing now, Herbert. Cut near the goal line. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Herbert throwing again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal. A big try coming up here for Cameron Dicker. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. 1st down throw for Allen. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Complete out to the right. And this one does not go far. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Throwing here, Allen. Gets this to Kincaid. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Chargers take possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert now. Hauled in left side. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
2nd and 8. It is Kupp, left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and just 2 to go. Herbert from the gun. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's good for 7 yards. And the Chargers will have a first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll run here on first down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That one's complete, right side. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA first down.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
1st and 10, Herbert. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And it's going to be 2nd down. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Throw left side, complete. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Kid, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Option design here. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Motioning the tight end left. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Got a man, Palmer has it. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Herbert now off the play fake. Short pass caught by his tight end. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line. You feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Big try coming up here for Cameron Dicker. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And the man is there to knock that away. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. So it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Allen looking to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
Collects this at the 32. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be their football. Possession switching back to out. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. Throwing on first is Herbert. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Motioning the tight end now. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Makes the crowd in bounds left side. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. And Sean McDermott didn't like that call. We can tell he's got the challenge flag out.
Previous play is under review.
Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
So not only do they not get the result that they wanted, but they're going to a very valuable timeout, too. Has him on the quick hitter. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 12-yard line.
Herbert to throw once more. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
That's the gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers holding on to a field goal lead. 3rd and just 2 to go. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
A 20-yard attempt.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them the lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Setting up to pass. Connection made to Coleman. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. Back to throw. Coleman with the grab. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He finds Kincaid. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. Completed over the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. 2nd and 3 now. He'll look to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. The Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. Here he is to throw. Oh, we put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Again, Allen to the air. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. With Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.